Heyo, how are we doing today? Sorry I started a little bit late than I probably normally do. It's just a few bits and pieces I had to sort out quickly. Alright, just let me just grab my thing. There we are. Alright, we're gonna try... this one. It's... I didn't have any of them? Oh, I had some. I don't know, the guy said this is a good way to farm for these materials I needed. Is basically going back to the prison and back here. I think I need 20 of the other one.
Wonder what's inside.
Okay.
Say, isn't this valuable? We should take good care of that.
Hang on, let's wait till... Yeah, here we are. I need 20 egg seeds and 20 heavy pomegranates. So that's what we're going to try and do today.
Wonder what's inside. We should take good care of that.
Let's go back to the prison, see if it respawns, I think. Yeah, round about here. Oh, so they do respawn. Good. Okay, that was easy. Got 20 of the egg seeds already. Does it respawn on the Twin Islands though? Or the Twin Palm Islands, should I say? Not seeing any wash up. What about if I actually leave the zone and come back? Just go here for now. You guys been up to anything nice? Me? I'm trying to get back into drawing again, but I don't know. I'm finding it difficult, you know, creating art for myself. If that makes any sense. If anyone wanted anything, it'd be easy doing that, but I'm just finding it difficult. Just finding the time and just drawing for myself. No, probably it's just a me thing. Has been a while since I've actually sat down and drew anything. I think the last thing I drew was that thing I put on Twitter, I think yesterday. Alright, let's see if it has it reloaded. If not, I'm just going to look up where I can find the heavy pomegranates. Right, I got one. And that seems to be about it. One decided it wanted to spawn. I know I said I would have done it off stream, but again, I've been busy. What if I just... Nope, it doesn't reload. Okay, I wonder if there's anywhere else I can go where I can at least find a decent amount of heavy pomegranates. 1 second. Where are we on the map compared to here? Because apparently I can also get those things from a fabricator nearby. That's apparently in this region. Apparently just below this island. Alright, let's go have a look. Is it over there? Ah. Reverse. Back in. There we are. We could probably just do this whilst we're here. Who are we fighting? I better probably actually put it as my quest. Here we are. Ooh. Fighting these things.
I don't want to do this, but you're in our way.
I'll face whatever comes.
Charge! Come on, you giant seahorse. It's nearly dead. There we go.
That was pretty much what I expected. I'd say we were moving in sync.
Ah, 1 out of 12, so there's still quite a few.
I don't want to do this, but you're in our way.
They seem a little easy.
Demon Slayer! Hold them off! Face off! More enemies! I'll draw them. Appreciate it.
Next!
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
Okay. Next is another one of those seahorses. And we'll run out of food stuff. We'll do these small guys first.
You're in our way.
Come on, you're nearly dead.
Turn up the pressure.
Did you see me in action, Mimi? Sure I did, Sana. You look great.
Don't try to stop us.
They seem a little easy. That was spectacular.
635654. Okay, so don't really have to worry about changing them anytime too soon. Ooh, shiny, grab that quickly.
This is valuable. I'll hang on to it.
These
On.
are lying around everywhere.
Alright. Oh, it's just a bunch of guys, so it won't be too bad.
Gonna blast them into next week. They seem a little...
We're unstoppable with you around, Senna.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Yeah. Alright. Now we can go. We can now power this Ferronis. Up we go.
Together now.
1, 2, heave ho! At least I can actually use some of these ether cylinders, because I've not actually been using them a lot. Oh, I lie, I have, since there's now like 44. I thought I had more. I don't know, I've probably got too used of having like almost 99 that I just forgot about collecting any more that I needed. Rebooted. I haven't had most items to craft the gems anyway.
Anyone feel like taking a break? Ow!
Nobon! Yep.
Always nice to see a new
You got anything good for me? Hmm. Take one of each.
Huh. Would you believe it?
Would I believe what?
This
See if we
one's
can get more of
totally
these
found
stuff.
These are lying around everywhere.
Some golden up on coins.
Ooh, I'm all excited. Is this like a rare thing?
Alright, so apparently this fabricator should allow me to get some of the stuff I want. Let's find out. No. Try again. Or at least try at least a few times. No, but I could come here. Could have come here for the egg seeds that I needed. No. Right, we'll try one more. Nah, doesn't look like it. If I just rest.
I'm starving. Got anything I can eat?
Let's move out.
And then go back to those twin... Where is it? Up there. Whilst we're here, we can also pick up that ether stuff.
Better not spill any of this.
Thank you. Any heavy pomegranates? Ah, there's one. I know it keeps giving me different stuff from time to time. We'll rest.
You know, you've got to take regular breaks. Break time's over.
Let's try this again. Must be an easier way to trying to find these heavy pomegranates. We're gonna be here forever if I keep trying this, so let's do something else. We'll go talk to Teach. Attention! So, properly speaking, this is the part where I suppose to praise the newbies' efforts and bring the exercise to a close. But it looks like they're of the same opinion as me. Mio, Senna, Tyon, and our dear Keves allies. Your teachings have made them fully fledged soldiers and unparalleled people, overcoming the spent Agnus mission towards former enemies. You sincerely faced each other from the same place and made the right path plan to them. You burdened yourselves with the concerns of Colony Gammas, namely the cultivation of the next generation. All of us wish to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The effect you've had on Gamma will probably spread to the other colonies too. The effect may be a drop in the ocean in this world of ragging and careless war, but we can all be proud of the ripples that this teeny yet significant step will send out. We hold you in the highest esteem, Ouroboros. Soldiers! We are one! They're all just standing at attention. Well, at least we finally earned their respect. Oh, that was simply done.
Senna? Colony Gamma, is it? Don't worry me, Abby. It's safe here, I promise. Hey, Mio, what kind of person is the commander? Ah, Miyabi, hold on. We really shouldn't be talking about that here.
Alright, I think that was it then. Nothing else around here needs doing.
That's making me hungry.
What else before I start packing up new quests? That one, that one. That's just simply here. Oh, we've actually got some question marks here to do as well. But then again, that's also close to our main quest. I might save that for when we go there then. Unless there's time after we've done with these. All aboard! You guys heading back to the city? Let's go. You gotta take this one specific to do Kavaravi's quest.
I am a leaf on the surface of a lake. I am a stone warming in the sun. I am the clouds on a windless day. I am the reed that bends but does not break.
You can relax. We've landed now.
Guess he didn't like heights after all.
Funny, considering how gung-ho he was riding around in his Ferronis.
Yeah, okay, but I don't think we should talk about the past in front of him. He's just been born, and in a 10th term body. I'm sure he just wants to focus on the here and now. What are you smirking at?
Oh, just... You're a genuine good egg, Uni.
Come here, have a cuddle.
Where did that come from?
Hey there!
Hi.
Hey, Travis.
Man, am I glad to see you guys. Something terrible's happened. You won't believe it.
What have you done?
Oh, but no word of it to the boss lady, yeah? My salary's on the line here. That's a corker of a preamble, mate. You gonna actually tell us what's going on?
Somebody opened one of the cradles. You think it was an intruder?
I don't know, but there weren't any obvious signs of it. The soldier inside has gone missing as well. Someone you knew, I gather. It's, oh,
Ethel?
man, it's on the tip of my tongue. You know, what's her name? With the silver hair.
No way.
Ethel. That's it, Ethel. Oh, why is all this happening on my watch? Oh, never mind. Now's not the time for reflection.
If such is the situation, I shall assist as well. Where shall we
Yay!
look? What?
We were just surprised that you were so, concerned.
I am also recently of a cradle born. It may be some kind of fate at work. This soldier named Ethel, she may also find herself at a loss.
So he didn't actually remember.
And also, you, good sir.
Huh? Me?
You must be frightfully exhausted. Do not push yourself, please.
You'll want to
Hey,
talk.
watch it, fella. I know I'm no spring chicken, but there's no need to rub it in. Sorry, mate. He's just been born. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean anything bad by it.
Anyway, moving along. Movement in and out of the city is strictly regulated. So if there weren't any incidents reported so far, Both the perp and Ethel must still be somewhere inside.
Yeah, you're right. Let's first search for clues in the module warehouse.
Good luck to you, whippersnappers. In the meantime, we'll take custody of the friends you contacted us about.
They're called Mwamba and Hacked. What's gonna happen to them?
They're not quite back to themselves yet, right? We'll give them a checkup, make sure they're all there. And after that, well, keep them under observation, I suppose. Either way, you can leave them with us.
We
Right
leave
up.
them in your able hands then.
Yeah, sure thing. They'll be safe as houses. I'll be in the war room. Keep me abreast of any developments.
Just don't start fighting in there, or it is the war room.
High places sap my resolve.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, it sort of makes sense.
Oh, he is following us. Okay, so I've got him with me.
Ow!
Down this way. Ethel! Where are you? Hello?
Well, it really is empty.
It's definitely Ethel's module. But why would anyone want her?
If we want to know that, we just got to catch them. And what do you know? They left us a clue. Nice of them.
There's footprints all over the place. They seem to be in a rush. They're not Ethel's, are they? But then whose?
We only have to follow them to find out. They can't have gone too far. Let's get going.
Walking around with dirty feet. Ugh, disgraceful.
I think that's probably the least of their issues.
Then again, once they've reached full maturity, I mean as in, was it, they're ready to actually be used, do they just come out anyway, or do you have to actually pop them out yourself? Hey, Romero. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. No, don't jump! Allow me to jump. Now I gotta come all the way back. Now don't fall off this time. Whatever you do. It was a nub-on! You did it!
What could Bibi do now?
Excuse me?
Mimi? Bibi, sorry. Sorry, so sorry.
We
Oh.
haven't even said anything yet.
Bibi, know without saying. Friends come looking for naughty boy Bibi.
What did you do?
Never meant to do any harm. Bibi just want to enjoy a game of ultimate hide and seek.
Hide and seek. What is that?
It's ultimate pastime of daringly go and hide where not allowed to go.
Daringly. Defying a prohibition.
Mimi? Bibi, please asking to not make scary face.
So why did you open the cradle then?
When get on panel, it opened by self. And when it opened, girl, wake up. Bibi, really, truly sorry.
We get it now, so wipe your tears. Look, you're getting your tummy wet. And what happened afterwards? Did you go somewhere with the awoken soldier?
Bibi gets scared and flee from scene of hide, but can tell Morley or Leslie where she go. QBB think it direction of Centrillo Parade.
Hmm.
I am the morning mist in a pine grove. I am Mithrice growing across seasons.
Eh? Friend okay?
He doesn't like
Don't mind
heights.
him. He's just, trying to maintain his cool. I updated Travis on the situation. He says he's coming to collect QBB.
Is QBB in serious troubles?
I
Maybe.
don't expect him to be too severe, but you will need to do some repenting.
Let's leave QBB in Travis's hands and go track down Ethel. She looks quite distinctive. Someone on Centrillo Parade should have noticed her.
You are right. Yes, let us go.
Have you seen a girl yay big with silver hair?
I'm still a little unsteady.
Take it easy. I'll look out for the, risky spots.
Alright.
Ethel!
Get down from there!
I barely caught you in time. You're not hurt. I think I know you.
Hmm.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I just can't see. Anyway,
Kamaravi. You're smoldering Kamaravi.
How did you know?
Ethel, you recognize him?
I have to go somewhere? I have to. But why?
Take it easy. Let's take our time, yeah?
Take a deep breath.
Look, no problem.
Hmm.
Now comes the tricky part. What do we do from here?
What can
Hmm.
we do except foster her in the city? A first termer won't be any use in a fight.
do you find that acceptable?
I don't know.
I have a proposal.
Which is?
Would you leave her with me for a while?
Wait, you're saying you want to look after Ethel?
Just until she settles on her own path. I want her to have that freedom. I don't know why, but I feel it strongly.
For now, let's see what Travis thinks. As the city's concerned too, we shouldn't decide alone.
Travis, I fear we will wear him out again.
It's not fatigue that guy struggles with. You know what? Forget it. Maybe just don't say that to him, yeah? He's kind of touchy about it.
I understand. I will mind my ways around him.
Well, this certainly took an unexpected turn.
We can't allow the loss to founder. Allow me to take charge.
Travis! For some reason I thought I could jump there. I could probably jump off the landing pad and land straight where I needed to be to go see Travis. Don't know why. Oh, Travis! We found her! Not fighting in the war room, are you?
Ah, well, I guess I mostly understand. Are you sure you can handle child rearing?
Child rearing? What is that?
In a nutshell, I'm asking if you're capable of taking responsibility for the proper upbringing of this little princess.
I'm not princess. My name is Ethel.
Too precious.
If you would consent to it, I will serve for the good of the city. I'm sure I have my blind spots, but I always complete the duties assigned to me.
I'll help too.
But you cannot fight.
I can be your eyes, though. I can see that which you cannot. No?
By the flames. Spirited, isn't she?
Oh yeah, too spirited, I'd say. Look, let me bend your ear a little.
You don't think it's going to work?
It's not really my position to think anything. Right. Well, I'll try talking to Monica then. Oh, okay, fine. I get it. Let's do this.
Don't get the boss lady involved.
Ethel, and instead, we'll have Kamaravi help out on the combat side. That'll be perfect, don't you think? Hey? Hey? You're that scared of Monica? Oh, I'm scared, all right. But I'm not just trying to cover it up from sheer terror, okay? It's just that woman takes on way more than she should. I bet she doesn't know how to take it easy. So I figured, I'd lighten her load by doing this much at least.
Your warrior's way is unimpeachable, sir. I will never forget your kindness. Be sure, the debt will be repaid.
Oh yeah? Well, make it 100-fold then.
Don't get greedy, Trav.
Oh, we're doing nicknames now. How about we start with Lieutenant Travis and go from there, eh?
I am deeply indebted to you all as well.
Don't sweat it.
No, this is truly a grave debt. Especially Tyon.
Hmm?
You said I should live true to myself. I haven't discovered exactly what that means yet, but now I understand what you meant at least. And am grateful to you for setting me on the right path. You were the source of the spark that set my flame alight. Thank you.
Tyon, he's talking to you.
I know. I just never in my life thought I would be on the receiving end of this kind of speech. The future. Really, it is a foreign country.
Huh. I suppose it is.
I'm sure in time you and Ethel will find it. The right path. The right code to live by.
Yes. Until such time, I, Kamaravi, remain ready to do battle for the city. And for you as well.
Yeah. Guessing you're gonna go for. You're gonna be.
Don't worry. I have a close eye on Ethel.
Guessing you're gonna be for Tyon then. Yep. Kamaravi's class. Class Sphere. Role attacker. Become more powerful with each hit taken. Utilize self-damaging arts to maintain a high attack power. Ooh. Don't know if that's any gonna be good, considering you're damaging yourself.
Huh. Would you believe it?
Either or. Hi, Travis. Just between us, right? But the reason the conversation crew are back the boss so much cause she's young. To be the elder, you need judgment. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. You're not giving me anything towards the city. I don't care.
Would you believe it? Off we go.
Shall we stop it on Travis while we're here?
Oh, you guys are best buds now. That's nice.
Alright, okay. Actually, whilst we're here, we can do this for Izzard. He's got some people to talk to around here. Hi, Tamina. Pardon me. I'd like to ask you something. Oh dear, yes. Do you know something called a natural spa? Never thought I'd hear anyone ask about those ever again. Oh, did you know something? Why yes, of course. People used to talk about spas until the armourers came home. It's a place where you could heal your wounds, warm your spirit and strengthen bonds with your fellow man. Wow, that does did all that. But I never been to one, you see. In fact, they say they all dried up decades ago. Don't they exist anymore? They're not something you find just anywhere, and not many here in the city know about them. But there's someone who might. There is. I think if there's anyone who can tell you, it's him. He's called. Give me a minute. We're counting on you, love. If you don't find it, Izzard here is gonna shiver and die from stress. Come on now, it's not really that severe. Well, it's the man people call the Trivia King. He's got to know what you need. Brilliant. Thank you.
So it's somewhere fairly out of the way.
At least people have heard of this natural spa phenomenon.
Never been to a spa. If they're any good. Ah, it's the doctor again. Could we have a moment of your time? What is wrong? There's an emergency? We want something called a natural spa. We're hoping you might know where we can get one. Ha ha. So you want a spa, do you? Do you know something? Sorry, it's just I haven't heard anyone talk about one in a good while. There's quite the pastime. No mistaking. But, you know, a spa isn't something you can just have. It's... oh, pardon me, give me a second. It's a pastime, you mean like a hobby? Long ago, people used to go to great lengths looking for natural spas. Soldiers tired from war would heal their wounds with their help, and then come out ready to fight again. I guess you could say a spa is something you immerse in. It warms your core, and soon enough you're better, so our records say. The more we hear about this strange, it sounds you soak your body in it. Heals. Right. Thought I might say sorry to say over however many decades they've all but disappeared. They can disappear? Yep. You can go look for one, but if I wouldn't hold out too much hope if I were you. This has been a great help. Thank you kindly. Natural spa.
You to get so fired up. Discovering the unknown serves as a good motivator.
He's not really too interested in actually jumping into the spa. He just wants to find where it is and what it is. Alright. Oh, the last... Hey, Boomer! Excuse me, sir. I'd like to ask you a question. What? We're looking for something called a natural spa. Natural spa, eh? Never seen such bounties of nature with my own eyes, I'm sorry to say. Bounties of nature? What, don't you know? Even that, I guess you young'uns only know what you know. But if you ask around among folk my age, you should find someone who could tell you about them. In fact, someone I knew once used to go searching for spas, but they're in elusive spots, never to be found. Spots like... well, you'd hear about them being in forests, under a cliff, or deep in some caves, but nobody could ever find them. I see. Hang on, maybe the old man's been to one. No, maybe he's dead. Don't see, I'm I don't see I'm around those days. Maybe be dead. Okay then. Thanks. Sorry to bother you. Sorry I couldn't be more help. No, you helped a lot. Let's go. Right.
The more I hear about these natural spas, the more curious I become.
You just want to get in, soak up your nice and weary bones, and have yourself a relaxing time. Then again, I think most spas I know of also do massages, and I just don't like that sort of stuff. Right.
You know, you've got to take regular breaks.
Nope. Ah, here it is, natural spa.
This reminds me.
So, what do we know about natural spas? To summarise, hardly much of anything, except they can heal and restore your... We don't get the most concrete info, huh? Nobody's ever seen to be to one. Look at this poor clod Izzard, so haggard, I think we're going to lose him. Just how do I look to you? Tired? Run down? Looks like he needs a good night's sleep. Should I go on? One thing is for sure, we're not gonna find one that with what we've got so far. We've got no clue where one actually could be, like in a forest, under a cliff. Yeah, realistically, we can't just blindly search everywhere. But it does sound kind of cool. Just soak your body and somehow healing. Yeah, but soaking in what? It sounds like a lot like a bath. It can't just be a bath, right? From the way they've talked, I thought the same, but I'd never been in a bath that heals my wounds. Maybe it's a question of using the right soap. Sir, I hate to think we are wasting your time, but if we can come up with any more results... I'm grateful for your concern, but honestly, I've been enjoying myself. We may not find anything after all our searching, but there's just something in all of this talk. Just hearing that gives heart a much needed jolt. Though that might not be the best way to put it. No, I think you have it right. Yeah, I'd be lying if I'd said I didn't care what happened. Let's keep searching for a little bit longer. Then let's talk about the bloke that people said would know about this whole spa business. Yeah, that's trivia kinda guy, or the supposedly dead guy. The reports of his death could still turn out to have been a matter exaggerated. We don't know whether Trivia King and this dead or not guy are the same person, but it's worth finding out. I know I've said it before, but I clearly saddled you with the tough task. Oh, saddled you with the tough task. Ah, enough of that. We've given you the spirit and a lift, that's all. Once we find this natural spa, we'll chuck you right in it. Ready? We just grab, one of us grabs you by the legs, the others grab you by the hands, and we go 1, 2, 3. Then you had better really find it. Alrighty then.
Now then, ready to resume our travels?
Yep. Kota is who we got to talk to next. Oh, it's where I fell off last time. I mean, what I had to do. I didn't fall, I swear. I do wonder if you actually fault if these guys are... Never mind. It went. It was there and then it went. I don't know where it's gone, but I don't know where it's gone, but it's not here anymore. Ta-da!
Excuse me, kind sir.
Oh, okay. Good. I don't have to read.
What? What? A bunch of hoodlums trying to gang up on an old man, eh?
That voice
No,
sounds
sir.
familiar.
We're searching for a natural spa.
What did you say?
We're searching...
If it's spas you're asking about, I'm who you need to be talking to.
We are talking to you, mate.
Well then. So you're the kids going around making noise about spas. You think talking to me is the way to get at all my secrets?
Well, that's what we were told.
You might be whippersnappers, but I can respect that kind of grit.
You think he actually knows anything?
I'm wondering.
We heard that there was someone who knew much about spas, but that he had passed away. What did that old codger tell you? I ain't dying anytime soon.
Mind telling us about the spas, then?
When I was young, I used to go around them all, and a lot. There were about 4 of them. The one I liked the most was the Nordal Natural Spa. At the time, my back was killing me, but one dip, and it was healed. Amazing! The odd thing was, it was just a foot bath. I dipped my feet in, and it healed my back. What genius came up with that, eh? I only ever found 4 natural spas, but I also heard rumors of another secret one. I bet it'd do marvels for one's back.
Mate, we didn't come here to chat about your flipping back.
Eh?
We want to know where we can find a spa. If there's 4 of them, then you can...
No, they're long gone.
What?
Gone? You say?
Thanks to kids like you with your wars and whatever, they've been blown up, filled in.
Huh?
Natural spas need water that gushes out of the ground. No gush, no spring. You might find something if you start digging, though.
That's your advice.
Though in times like these, start digging holes and people will think you're crazy.
Well, you certainly turned out to be a font of knowledge. I don't regret this at all.
Don't take it to heart, Tyon. We tried our best. We'll just have to accept the result. We may not have found a natural spa, but the time we spent was still worthwhile.
I suppose, Commander.
You suppose nothing. You should let someone finish when they're talking. There is still the secret spa that I couldn't find. Oh, to be more precise, there might be...
What? Really?
I heard this when I was still young, so it might not be too credible. But the rumor goes that there was one in the Brasser geothermal belt. But I couldn't make it. The place was crawling with monsters, inside and out.
So there is hope after all.
Long time ago, lots of people took refuge there, but not one of them came back. That's how dangerous the place is. So, the spa might be there. It might not. That's why I couldn't recommend the place to you.
There we go then. Hey, is it?
Indeed. It might be there, it might not. The more uncertain it sounds, the more it gets me excited.
Weirdo. What if it turns out to be a massive waste of time?
I never thought I'd get so excited at searching for something unknown.
Soak yourself in the spa the way you're getting now, and you're liable to broil yourself to death.
I'll take care. Thank you kindly.
Oh, nearly forgot to tell you. How to properly use the spa. Pin your ears back and listen.
Okay, so he's not going to test. Or he just told us that we're not. You have to do it somewhere else. Alright. Castaic region. It's all in this ocean area. Then again, it is quite big. So it kind of makes sense. I think there's still a bunch of small islands I haven't even come across yet. Oh, and there's also a container.
We might be able to retrieve
See it for yourself, eh?
Did it already get taken?
Shall we deal with it?
Ah, something in our level range. Ow. Uh-oh.
That's how you pull off a win.
Yeah. See if we can keep this up.
So there's a spa here.
Quite a point of interest from the look of things. How about it? Shall we
Good
take it
thing
on?
we found
This place is poisonous. This place is poisonous. Come on. If you want to fight, let's get up on land. Come on.
That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking it.
Ow, ow, ow. Right, heal up a bit.
It'd be rude not to.
Jump that way, jump that way. Run, 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 run. Right. Ooh. E for channel.
Better not spill any of this.
I don't know if we could pick up the supply drop. Considering it was apparently supposed to drop around here. There it is.
Are we lucky or what?
Give it a good heave, Uni.
Ready? 1,
Okay.
2, 3. What do we get?
Oh, look at that.
Okay. Let's keep going.
We've been spotted.
Run for it. Don't want to be fighting in this poison. Quick, 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 quick. Get up on this and heal up. Right, where am I going from here? That way. Okay. See, you all can survive with just 1 HP.
Oh, my plumage. Hey, this one means business.
Yep, just run.
More enemies. I'll keep them occupied.
Yeah, you do that. Right. Heal up, heal up, heal up. Mushroom hopping.
Not to worry, just stick to the plan.
And run!
This was a nice find.
I'm assuming this is where we have... Nope, get... Nope. Zoom out from our ass. Yep, this is where we have to go.
Better not spill any of this.
Ooh, that's a decent amount. We're definitely heading in the right direction now.
Won't be a second.
Ooh.
Hey, don't you think there's something off about this place?
Our Ouroboros powers. They're being suppressed.
Ooh. What's causing it to be causing the Ouroboros powers to be suppressed? Is it kind of like the what's his face cave from Xenoblade 2's sort of thing?
Guys, get ready to fight.
I can still turn Ouroboros if I'd want to.
Give me a break. We all worked hard for that.
What are we doing? 6, 3, 6. Yeah, we've still got a while to go.
Good thing we found this.
Maybe after running through the swamp, we could also do with a soak in the spa.
Look at this. Woo. That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP.
Could it be that our
You're all
natural
thinking
spa
it.
is up ahead?
Hey, maybe and hope so. Let's go in for a soak.
So much to see, huh?
So, this is the spa.
Yep.
So it is just a great big stonking bath.
Looks can be deceiving. They told us it has special properties, remember?
The humidity is insane. Do you think the water's hot?
Why don't you jump in and find out?
Huh? Hold it. Something's here.
Seems we're not the first visitors today.
Let's get ready for a fight.
Ready.
Charge! Uh-oh. Shit. Come on. Alright, right. Quickly get in the middle, and... I think who we're targeting at the moment has the most HP, so... Chain attack we go! Ah, Noah's down. Dead. I need him! What's your thing again, is it? Guarantees a Bravo rating when hero completes an order. Alright. Definitely gonna get a cool from that one.
Check out what I've got in mind. Leave it to uni.
Bam, 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 bam. And definitely got to get a bravo out of this. So at least we'll get 2 back.
Observe my strategy. Check out what I've got in mind. I'm coming right up.
Gonna get us to another bravo at least. At least it'll hit the surrounding. Come on! No, that's not what I wanted. Well, we're almost up another chain attack. At least Noah's up this time. What's your thing? Reduce enemies' physical and ether defense by 20%. Okie dokie then. Lance, I mean? Why do I keep getting used to confused? Tyon and Lance. Get an automatic bravo. Me up. Right. And then at least we'll get our strongest person back. Cool.
Do you think this plan might work?
Yep. We will go with Tyon. Did a lot, Dan. I did a lot. Then get an automatic Bravo. And then we'll go with Noah. Lance. Tyon. Okay, now we're Ouroboros attacking. Overkill. And now we're just gotta deal with one person. That wasn't too bad. If you say so, Lance.
Those guys, they healed up something crazy.
Was that an effect of the spa's waters?
Does it matter anymore? Now you can just dive right on in. Huh? But,
Right. Ready, is it?
as promised, time for us to chuck you in.
Ready?
Hold up! I don't remember making any...
What? What is the meaning of this? Commander, are you okay?
Other than my heart, I believe I'm quite all right. Thank you.
Just like the old man said, if there's nobody there, it's good manners to jump right in.
Even so, that's not...
However, the water is good.
Ain't you supposed to
What does
be
it feel
naked?
like?
The temperature is very pleasant.
So like I've been saying, it's just a bath.
Look, my wounds are closing as we speak.
Wow. So what that man was saying, it wasn't entirely wrong, it looks like.
Yes. Now that I'm in here, I don't think I ever want to leave.
Right, my turn then.
Everyone, jump in. Ah, there you go.
What's wrong with you? Everybody get in.
Huh?
My word, I'm healing in places I didn't even know I had. Aren't you coming in? The water's fine.
Ah, his little things like
But I,
between his neck and chest.
I'm coming back to life. Not that I was dead or anything.
Would I have to strip down?
Oh, right. The old man, he did say there's a proper way for getting in the water.
But I mean, right here.
Hey, guys, where's your sense of culture? Get in already. You don't want it getting cold.
It's perfect for healing your wounds after a grueling battle.
but, Commander...
You can be hopeless. Uni, boot him in already, will ya?
Roger that.
Now, wait here a minute, Uni. I never said I was going in! spark. Why did it have to end like this?
Give you.
Tyon, it's a good experience for you. It wasn't so bad, was it?
Oh, well, now that you ask.
Yeah, taking a dip wasn't bad at all. Right. All my tiredness is just completely gone.
Did you enjoy your break?
I did. Thanks to you, I feel as if a weight's been lifted from my heart. I believed I was working for the colony, but really I was running myself into the ground.
So it was worth coming here?
It just shows that there's room in any heart to appreciate the finer things. This has given me a lot to think about. At some point, I'll have to bring everyone in the colony here.
If you could make everyone fit. In a space like this, people have to take turns. The lines will get long.
Huh. Then perhaps we need to dig some more holes. We might even discover some new springs.
You're really serious?
Once the fighting ends and people have more free time, then I might give it some serious thought. Digging a few holes shouldn't pose us too much of a challenge. We are miners after all. But wait. If we can discover many more of these spas, we could bring in people from other colonies.
Start charging a premium.
Looks like you've caught the spa bug, Izzard.
Times like this are when the commander shines the brightest.
Bet you're glad we helped him, Tyon.
Yes. I think he's going to be an even greater help to us now.
Shall we be off? Our next objective awaits.
What are you going to have us do now? Okay. Yep, his thing's now up. I can now get him to 20. I wonder if you actually do end up fighting around here, and if you jump into the water, it heals you. Probably a bit quicker than you do automatically then. Thank you. Actually, also, whilst we're actually in the region, back to the thingamabob. Any more decided to spawn on this little island? Well, one did. Actually, I might just quickly double check, make sure it actually did say that thingy from Bobby, where the Ferronis is we just found. Apparently, also, if I engage or fight with an enemy. Alright, one sec then.
I can't even call this practice.
It has to be done.
And then hold minus, give up. It should... Ah, here we go. They're respawning. It's free this time. Is that everything? Alright, let's give this another try. Maybe it just has a random chance of spawning on the island then? Oh, no, it's fine. They respawn, so it is slightly random on how many spawn on the island then. 14. Not too bad. We've still got a few more to go then. Yep, one spawned. 3 spawned. 4. Ooh, am I going to get lucky and there's just 2 more on the other side of this island? There's 1. Come on, give us just 1 more. There we are. Yeah, we got what we came for. Back to the city and we got to talk to Doc. Then there's this quest done, and then there's just a few more we got to do in the... Well, we got to discuss them first, at least. Could have done that before. But hey. Because it is going to be a lot of reading. And I don't want to piss as many people off as already that I probably already do with it. Doc, we're back with the stuff. Just in time. We're on the verge of running out of herbs. All good quality ingredients. Let me get the medicine mixed up. Right. I can't thank you enough. So, what exactly are the city folks are suffering for? I've heard a few things about it from Monica. It's not something you need to worry about. Ah, hello. Excuse me. Oh my. You're peaked right up. Yes, because of you. Thank you. Whoa. Just want to thank you. I made this for you. Aww. It's beautiful. You actually made this? It's been embroidering as a... I've been embroidering as a hobby for decades. James, Deanna's not here. She does all that sewing and crocheting and stuff. It's not hard to do. I can teach you if you're interested. It certainly beats watching children go off to war. Take care of yourself and show me how it's done next time. Aww. Right, well, there's that.
So that's the state of affairs.
Yes, it is. Let's get back here and discuss a few things.
Everyone, get some rest.
Right, how many? We've got quite a few. How many require Alexandria? 2 require Juniper and 1 requires Fiona. I had my thing on muted all this time. For some of it, I hope. Sorry if I got this wrong, but everyone in Colony Lotus talking about your birthday, Alexandria. Oh, it's not my real birthday, of course. Oh, yeah, of course, because they'd actually make sense. We wouldn't want the commander's homecoming date to become common knowledge now, would we? Yeah, don't want to show weakness. I get you, but I do, but... Birthdays, Alexandria, birthdays are just special. Keeping your own actual birthday a secret. That's pretty tragic. You think I'm tragic? It's tragic if we can't celebrate with you, yeah? What a nice thing to say, Uni. But your exact age being a kept mystery brings problems of its own. Because now that there are people who are wondering if this year is your final term before homecoming. You're right, there are, and things have changed in the meantime. Well, it's just my opinion, but I think it's a bit harsh to make people who care about you have to worry every year that it's going to be your last. People who care about me, I suppose so. That's what I think. If you want familiar with the situation. I didn't fear that I might not be able to spend more time with you. Oh? Yeah, I see. If I were to depend on a critical mission never to return, that would be less than ideal. That would actually be quite scary. Okay, Alexandra. Calm down, Alex, calm down. I need to talk to Chickadee about this. I understand. Come in, chickadee. Come in at once. Strange, I can't get a connection. Maybe she's busy. That's probably it. First time, though. You could try to visit her in person. Not going to work, I'm afraid. I'm travelling with you. It's fine, we'll just go together then. Whereabouts in the colony is she likely to be? We'd better find her as soon as possible. Everyone will be enjoying the celebration. You really are very kind-hearted people, aren't you? Alright then, if you don't mind accompanying me until we find Chickadee, you're very welcome. Alright, let's go find this lady. Do you know where she is? Blah 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 blah. No idea where your little favourite is, I'm afraid. What a way to talk after I've come specially to see you. Never asked you about Dame Alex. And here I thought we were friends. You're so cruel. Are you pulling my leg? Of course I am. I treasure our little chats. Sequoia. Okay, because we're term mates, I'll tell you this. I'm the only one who can put up with your little attitude problem, so you'd better appreciate me. Are you actually jealous? Is that why you're so cruel to Chickadee? Huh. What? No, I just don't suffer fools. Still, let me know when you do find her. Now, trot on, you're cluttering up the place. I'll come back to spend some quality time with you soon. Don't put your back out.
So that's the state of affairs.
Alright, next. Do you know where she is? Not seen Chickadee? Curse, any idea where she might be? Why is he so scary? Sorry, no. That's okay, we'll just keep looking. Say, if you find her... Dame Alex? Yes? Happy birthday. It's not my birthday yet. Have you forgotten the day? I remember, just wanted to say. Okay, now he's the total opposite of scary. You're an odd one, right, Ryza?
So that's the state of affairs.
Talk to these guys, and then I think it's in the storage place, I think. You seen her? Sorry, do you have any idea where we might find Chickadee? Chickadee? Yeah, I saw her leaving by the north gate. Not sure what for though, so don't grill me on the particulars. Have you seen Chickadee? Chickadee hasn't come this way. You haven't been fighting again, have you? Again? No, nothing like that. Sorry, couldn't resist. You just spend so much time with her. And I'm a bit jealous, that's all. Honestly. Anyway, should we send out a search party? No, that won't be necessary. It would just cause a needless worry. Still not good opportunity for the lieutenant to go AWOL, is it? Your claws are as well and truly out today, aren't today, Shelly, whatever. You think? Then I guess you'd be better paying me a bit more attention. If I hear from her, I'll send you word, okay? Righto.
So that's the state of affairs.
Alright, now we need to discuss where she's gone off to then. Where is Chickadee? Flown off to then. She hasn't gone somewhere. Somebody saw her leaving the colony Lota, but by the northern gate, right? Nothing there except warehouses, and nobody's there has seen her. Well, in that case, what's further beyond? Rise? Oh, I wonder. Do you have an idea? I think so. Anyway, you've been a great help to me. Oh, let me guess. Don't tell me. Now we're going to toddle off on some secret errand on your own, yeah? Don't have any confirmation I'm right. I can't drag you along in good faith. You really saying this now? This is about the worst sparking time to go off on your own. Lance has the right of it. Why is it so important that you do this alone? This is my business. I think at this point it's all our business. Your decisions is one of your strongest points, but your unwillingness to accept help is a titanic flaw. I can't argue with that. You're obvious in a hurry, so why not just tell us what you know. There's a rare flower that grows there. Chickadee will have gone to pick it. What kind of flower? Oh, is it for your birthday? I assume so. When we first came across it, she asked me not to tell anyone. She found meaning in keeping it secret, said it was like her good luck charm, which is why she's gone alone. Oh no, I'm sorry, we made you spill the beans on that one. Don't worry about it, it's as easy as exchanging Chickadee's well-being. And I couldn't assess the situation impartially. As Tyon says, I'll never be good at relying on others. There's something though, if you're aware of it. The old you wouldn't have picked up on something like that, I reckon. Lands. So yeah, just take it one step at a time. I will, thank you. Rise though. Their monsters there aren't so strong, but they are threatening enough to pose a problem to Chickadee. Right, let's go find her. Let's go find her. Aye. Chickadee! It's coming from over there.
Seems like we'll have to loop around from the right.
Right.
Then we dash all the way up.
Then we run up and save Chickadee, and we'll become the heroes of the colony again. Charge!
That's right. Let's make it quick.
Come on.
That's what I expected.
Dame Alex, but what? I've been looking for you. You had me worried. Oh, you brought everyone? I'm sorry we didn't know it was supposed to be a secret. Oh no, it's okay. I'm not angry. I'm actually quite pleased. I was going to give you this. A lunateer. White Mikala. I see. Yes, it's a rare in this region. Oh, hang on. Is that one of them flowers with meaning in it? And it stands for a revealing secrets. I only learned it later, but it's because of how stubborn the bloom, like they on how subtleties they bloom. They're all fugitives and shy. You can be pretty stubborn, Dame Alex, so I thought the flower might give you a push. What's this all about? We need to talk to the captains properly. But I always talk to the captains. Why just today? Yes, but did you really talk to them? Just because I know you never talk about your actual feelings, I worry about you. I know it's important to keep some information confidential for tactical reasons and all that, but even so, I don't want the captains to go to their ends with regrets. Silly girl, you put yourself in this much danger for that? You'd never have taken it seriously otherwise. Anyway, I am the only person in Aionios who can tell you off. That's an important part of the lieutenant's job. You're right. The reason I came running here without thinking twice is because you're always looking out for me. I'd find that you're constantly saving me. What are you trying to say here? Well, Chickadee, the thing is... You're my best friend! Come give us a hug! Do you want to hear what I've been hiding from you all this time? Wait, you're saying that you, to the old commander, have I disappointed you? No, I finally understand. That's why you were so particular about your captains. They all know they don't they? I was just being careful. Wrapped methods yelled wrapped results. Anyone who's ever seen Mobius knows that. It's not warped. You're not warped, damn Alex. Is it warped or wrapped? One of those two. The captains aren't either. You took on a terrible burden for the greater good. I think that means you're strong. It makes you worth of respect. Chickadee. I became lieutenant so you wouldn't have to be alone on the journey though, through life. You always put everyone else ahead of you. I want to be at your side supporting you. And I still want that forever. Don't you feel blessed, Commander, to inspire such feelings? I do. Trust and betrayal are two sides of one coin, and the risk can never truly be eliminated, but... if I have to suffer anyway, I'd rather be by Chickadee's side. That's how I feel. Now, about my birthday. Oh, I'll take care of that. I'll take talking requests. Good. In that case, please issue an official protocol announcement that I am in my 6th term. Huh? And I'll have to tell you the real date. What? Are you sure? You're always keeping it so secret. I know, maybe it's just she's there. words, aren't the only ones who disapprove. You said it was cruel to make people worry about my homecoming every birthday. Did I really put it like that? We're changing how we live. That means we have to change all our old strategies too. You're terrifyingly deceived, aren't I? I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Well, this is all fine by me. I just have one thing to say. Happy birthday, Dame Alex. Thank you, chickadee. Aww.
So that's the state of affairs.
Juniper. Alright, I think what we'll do is just read all of these out so they're out of the way. Done and dusted, and we can go through them as much as we like. Alright, just bear with me a moment, get ready. You might want to bet yourselves. If you want to leave and not have to listen to my poor reading, go ahead. This is your warning now. And I will probably, hopefully, see you either in a few minutes once it's done, or I'll probably see you next stream whenever we do that. Right, just let me grab my water and stuff, and I'll be with you in a minute. Right, let's get started.
Let's consider what we know.
Before or now, I can't tell which one was tougher. What is that about? Nothing really. I was just thinking about the training regiment those lost numbers go through. I hear it's really grueling. That's how you toughen up, ain't it? Not that I want to sign up myself. Right. Ours wasn't pleasant at all. But when it boils down to it, I think it's the trainees who are better off, yeah? Compared to what we're doing now. Exactly. Yeah, life was a lot easier back when we were new recruits, right? That doesn't make any kind of sense. Oh well, do these days it's fighting and then there's more fighting. Yeah, you got me. What sort of training did you think they'd actually go through? You curious too, Senna? You wanna come with and wanna check it out together? Yeah, now you're talking. It's always fun to shop around for some new exercises. You lot really get into this idea. The training grounds should be near the dormitory. I think we spend the night there once. Yeah, let's drop by when we're in the area. This is Lance's ascension quest. Alrighty then. Oh, it's continuing without us. Thought we'd still have to could still do the other bits first.
So you wish to utilize this thing of which I meant to dispose. Such daring lunacy. That is what I would dub it.
It would be a dreadful waste to throw it away. There's always a use. Always.
Oh.
People, lives, the lot. Why?
I stand corrected. Then, what manner of use is it that you have envisioned?
The lost numbers.
The city ruffians. You do know, no life can be harvested therefrom.
Yes, I am aware. That's why I'll have my toy soldiers play a little game. The lives of the fallen will be amassed in this special flame clock. As a reward for the final lass or lad left standing.
Oh.
The cream of the crop of youth competing for glory. Oh. Is that not simply sublime?
Ooh. Got a lot of stuff to do.
Don't you think it's about time for a meal?
Hang on.
Everyone, get some rest.
That's gonna be interesting. Got some more. Nope, words, they disappear again.
This might get complicated.
Lander's been talking about the Officer Shijama. Yes, I heard it's true then. He's really... Yes. I wonder how he feels at the end. You can never really know, can you? But I bet he was proper living it up. What happened to the other officer? Yeah, I was hoping Mariah's doing okay. She might be feeling a pretty low after this. Maybe we should go looking on her. I don't know. Is there anything we can do? But yeah, let's pay her a visit. All right, got that one. Requires Jupiter.
This might get complicated.
Is it just gonna... Ah, good. It's just gonna swap her out. It's not actually gonna make me go to her colony. Carissa left the colony Gamma, didn't she? Right. Even before the flame clock was broken, she'd always been interested in life outside the colony. As soon as she got the chance, she picked up and set off for Gamma. It must be so cool to be able to make accessories. Yeah, she's always been quite dexterous, always bringing into play to her adventures. Alright, you got me interested. What sort of stuff does she make? Oh, let's go visit her and you can see for yourself. That's a nice idea. Okay, let's see how Carissa's doing. Alright. Next!
This might get complicated.
So, there's supposed to be this spring whose water makes you strong. Yeah, I heard about that too. Just from drinking it. Wow, that's a dream. Man, yeah, I'd love a bit of that. Nopon have story that eating red pollen orb make you strong. Probably some kind of story? I'd love to find that spring. It's a load of bollocks if something like that really exists. Why haven't the other colonies heard of it? I give it to say I have no knowledge of this either. Then why don't we investigate it? I mean, if we look into it and find that there's really is water that makes you strong, then win-win, right? True, but this would be the first suspicious superior legend to grace this colony. If this is a miraculous custom, then started in Colony Tau, we should debunk it now. As you wish, the spring of Rahanoa is the place. There's that one. Do this. Go over here. and hope for the best.
So,
There's
where's
been
our next
changes
port
to
of call?
colony relations. Everyone, get some rest. Let's consider what we know.
Hey, so we've been hearing talk around Colony Mew about Tallow. He doesn't seem very popular, does he? They seem uneasy about him. He certainly tries really hard, but opinions is split between those who want to support him and those who feel anxious and question why he's the one in charge. Our opinions on Tallow's side, I also quite worried about how the colony seems to be falling out of harmony. Yes, I would echo Noah's assessment. Until now, everyone's teamed up under your leadership, just trying to survive. But now they have no single fixed object, that everything has been thrown into disarray. That's how it seems to me. People seem to be quarrelling a lot more too. And I've been talking to Tallow too. But everyone has their own opinions and feelings on the subject. What a mess. Everyone just wants to make the colony a better place, and yet this is the result. If things carry on like this, it might not just be Tallow they stay to lose trust in. It could be you too, Fiona. I don't mind if people talk badly about me. This all happened because of me after all. But Tallow's just been thinking about what he can do after what happened with Lirama. He's been trying so hard. I have to honour those feelings too. Are you okay, Fiona? Please don't push yourself to breaking. You've been giving me such good advice. I don't want to squander it. So I do plan on giving in. What? To overcome this no matter how hard it gets. In other words, you want to survive. Yeah. What do you want to do? Shall we gather everyone in the square again? No, we already tried that. I think this time I'll go talk to everyone myself. How about you? Do you in the canteen? You could probably bring things up quite naturally. Nobody would bat an eyelid. Ah yes, the canteen. Thank you, Mia. It may be frustrating, but we'll be right there by your side, ready to support you. The colony will get better one step at a time. Okay, I'll do my best to make that happen. One last one. Oh.
Alright, we made it. What now?
Oh. Wanna see how Lost Numbers eye patches look like on Nopon? Eye patch so ricious and cool. Next time meeting we'll ask someone to give one shot.
I see.
Have I spoken to these guys? Oh, he gave me the
We
pebble.
have some new names registered.
Cool. Have you got anything?
So that's the state of affairs.
Hello, friends.
Let's see what you have.
Ah, you've got ether cylinders. Right. Okay.
I'll draw up the rota for guard duty.
Oh, it's just a thingy bun, so it doesn't matter too much.
Let's consider what we know.
It's soothing, the sound of the waves. Just look at it. The sea just seems to go on forever. If we were still in Colony Gamma, we'd never have ended up coming here. Don't think would have either, eh, Noah? Yeah, no way. I don't think I could even imagine spending time just gazing out on the water. Well, of course not. If we had time to spend staring at the sea, we would have hard time to fight. You said it. I think having a moment like these is good for us from time to time. Agreed. I'm getting a call. Huh? It's Commander Izzard. Tyon, can I bother you? Of course, Commander. What can I do for you? I need to discuss something with you. Could you come by Colony Lambda? That is when you have a free moment. I would hate to inconvenience you. Yes, understood. We'll be there. Alright, see you later then, Tyon. Oh, is it going to be a Tyon Ascension quest? What do you say? That we should meet him in Lambda whenever we have time. Alright, let's pay him a visit when we next visit the theatre. I went on a bit too quickly, and it is a Tyon Ascension. Sweet. Okay. And we've had unis. We've got Tyons to do. We've had Mios. Got Lance's one. We're only missing, I think, Noah and Senna's one.
Alright, everyone. Time to head out.
Yeah. Alright, start off with quests. Yep, definitely got quite a bit to do. Let's start with duty. Up here. There you are, Mori. Oh, it's you. Is everything okay? We heard about Sinjama, and we're just wondering how you were doing. Oh, you heard about that. Yeah, Sinjama passed away. But you don't have to worry about me. It was hard, but I'm doing fine now. Wow, you're strong, Maria. I think I understood everything he wanted to pass on, and I'll do my best to keep his legacy alive. After we came back with you, we had a long chat, just the two of us. Talked about a lot of stuff. He looked really concerned. So, content. So, thanks for everything you did. No, we hardly did anything. If he died peacefully, then what? That was all you're doing, Marina. But it did make me worry about Colony Lambda a bit. Worry? How's that? We're a well-regulated colony, but it takes time and effort to put in requests and get permission for anything you want to do. There seems to be an uneasy about how much that slows everything down. I understand, yes. Those rules have managed to keep the colony running well enough, but the colony's contributions of talented individuals and strong leadership is just what led it to the top of the ranks. Listen, I get that everything takes ages to get done, but listen. Got a second, Morena? Well, if you're paying me a visit, this must be important. Just because we're in the same cohort doesn't mean we have to be best friends. Sure, so, what's going on? Agnian forces are approaching Colony Lambda. We don't have any concrete numbers, but the sensors have registered anything, so they're probably coming by air. We've sent a recon team ahead, but by Captain Roche, so we're helping to intercept them soon. That's not great. Not at all. Quite a bit worse, in fact, given that half of the colony is still being rebuilt. We are mobilizing everyone, you too, Morena. I'll be there. In that case, we'll come too. That would be appreciated. I have more squads to talk to, so go to the captain and he'll send you where you're needed. Righto. Toya tells me that you're going to give us a hand as well. Sorry to drag you into our business. It's not like that. We couldn't just let you handle it alone. Well, I'm happy to hear it. Looks like everyone's here. Let's crack on with the briefing. Squad captains have all the particulars. We'll run through the broad strokes of the strategy here, so pay attention. There's likely have considerable numbers and firepower, and Lambda's not exactly at the highest of its powers. How accurate is our data on the enemy? Koji verified the firepower, and it lines up with the recon team's intel. Well, if Koji says so, I'm not going to argue. We've already posted defensive squads. They should be able to confirm numbers. Can you afford to do that? They are pretty much knocking on the door, aren't they? Dalgrim's the tactician and he focused on defense. That doesn't mean just sitting and taking everything that throws at them. The idea is to fragment the enemy with each clash and stall them. And in this kind of combat, how much intel you have on the enemy is a vital importance. Yeah, it goes without saying that you need to know the likely of movements and size of the enemy forces. Exactly! I'm thinking of deploying some auto-levelers as well. Keep them up top. Good plan. Basic strategy. Distract that you should put them in locations with which would be difficult for a soldier along to defend. Right, let's do it then. All squads prepare for battle. Guess that means us too. You did come after all. Yep, you're preparing for Agnian attack? We certainly are. Not far from we're going to be marching out there, surrounded by furious enemies. We'll begin stations near the waterfall entrance. Are you with us? Yeah, we'll stick with you. Then let's get to the waterfall entrance and stage a counterattack. Here they come. Hey, no fair, they're early. No point crying over that now. Let's go. Charge! And I forgot to change dead set again. Keep doing that. Keep going. Up, oh. A few more in. Right, who's next? One more, two more, I mean. Good things you were here. Sorry to put you out though, mate. That's what we're here for. It's the least we could do. You reckon you're right? Reckon you're right anyway. We took care of the vanguard, but the second wave is on its way. There's bound to be a lot of them. Agnus, don't you think by blah 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 blah. Don't do things by halves. Normally we could fend off an assault like this, no problem. But unfortunately for us, we've got numbers of squads barely even hanging on right now. Then we've got to help them out, no question. No, you take 5 in the canteen. Support us in the next one, will you? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm getting comms from all other squads too. I need to react to them at the moment's notice. So, this demands your full attention. Okay, see you on the other side. Sweet. Something worrying you, Tyon? Yes, but first let's get to the canteen and rest up, put our feet up, probably grab a meal while we're there. And hopefully we can relax just for a small bit. Yeah, so what happened with the Autolevness in the end? I hear people discussing it on the road. There's only one left apparently, and it's defending the upper levels. Hey, it's Morena. Blah 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 blah. I hope she doesn't push herself too hard. Lambda's all about comparing efforts, and they're well run. Agnus have had the numbers, but I can't imagine they'd be that tough an opponent. Absolutely. Lambda's coronations and firm leadership is a force to be reckoned with. But there's an odd picture about the colony right now. I don't know if they're just exhausted by the work that Broke the Flame Clock brought on, or if there's something else. Perhaps combat and supply units are quite working in concord. Oh yeah, that have been trying to find a nice outside war fixing Autolevnesses. Ever meaning of that. Right, and all those little things build up into stress. There's a lot more to worry about, but it's all moot if we can't win this battle now. Yeah, let's see what we can do on the front then. to talking to command. What's the situation? Must say I'm happy to see your smiling faces. Enemy nearly upon us, coming from the top. Up top? They're drilling their way down into us. No? Got to muster out our units for a counterattack. Rosh, wait. Hold your course straight ahead. What? It doesn't make sense for the Agnian army to hold the top at this point in the fight. If they were going to do that, then they would have created a diversion right away and attacked here. Yet they hardly dented our forces. They're not going to risk everything on a gamble now. Good eye, lad. So, what's the conclusion? My guess is that they're trying to strategically tie down our forces on the upper levels. It's a convenient argument. I'll show our weakness point. That's the captain for you. Light and face decisions. Bam! Huh. I know I get a bad rap, but I do know how to lead combat units. We'll push through the top if there's an auto-levelness posted up there. Too. It'll be a cakewalk. Roger that. I'll leave it all to you then. Okay, this is everyone. Let's go. Alright. They think they can attack Colony Lambda and get away with it, then they've got another thing coming. Charge! What? Now it's time for the big guy. I think that's what that was the last of them. How many was that even? Must have sent the whole of Agnus over there. Should probably find someone to report to at this point. Yeah, shall we go to the commander's office? I can't help but wonder why they targeted Colony Lambda. Maybe because it's an easier target? What do you mean, Tyon? I just don't understand. Why would you go to the trouble of actively attacking a colony as this defensively strong as Colony Lambda? Maybe they wanted the ether? Get him out of the way quickly and they can take it for themselves. Not impossible, but then why attack by air? We're overthinking it, mate. Then just decided to use Levnesses, that's all. I certainly hope that's all. Wonder, can I just jump down here and hopefully survive? If I can land in the water. Yeah, it's a quick and easy way down. Oh, commanders! I'd like to thank you all for your efforts in defending the colony. We've confirmed that, retreated and defeated all the enemy forces. You can all take it easy for the rest of the day. Pilgrim, would you mind staying behind with the commander and me? Yes, sir. We need to look into the intended targets and how they got here. No need, Captain. Koji? I brought them. You did what? You knew that they'd already fought, didn't you? They came by air because they knew about our sensor system. I told them they were Lambda's defenses were weakest, and I passed the information to them via the Noppon caravan. What? Why? What are you talking about? Do you have any idea what you're saying? Koji, you'll be put in solitary for this. I get that everyone's worn out, but this isn't the time or place for jokes. Go and sleep it off. From where I'm standing, quick reaction on our parts would have avoided the auto-livenesses from being wasted. But Lambda isn't capable of that right now. If the Ouroboros hadn't been here, we would have crumbled. You can excel in tactics, you can fight impressive battles, but you still end up on the losing end. If we can't react flexibly when we're threatened, then the fates to us as a colony, you're probably right. Colony Lambda needs to change. If we can't, we die. I'm not going to roll over and die cowering from the future like Shijama when he ran off. And I know you won't either, Captain. Take him away. But we can't leave things this way. Colony Lambda can survive like this, and you know it. Okay. I'm sorry you had to see that. No, we just... Koji's words are reasonable. We're all keenly aware of the situation. In that case, maybe change isn't impossible. Think of discipline as a protective armor. It's as easy to cut it off from freedom. Everything becomes a source of fear. Commander, thank you for working with us on this. You deserve a well-earned rest. I know, probably the guy has a point. I mean, they can't rely on us forever, really, can they? I think we'll start this one. Nope, it'll probably open more quests for her colony as well. What rank is her colony at as well? I think it was at 2 stars last time I was there. Yeah, it's nearly on its 3rd. Alright. Can I have everyone's attention, please? Hello. Sorry if I caught you in mid-mouthful. Today, Shu and I have a little proposal for you. And it's called Progress Point Card. And what's that supposed to be? Thank you for asking, Michaela. Since we don't have to fight anymore, I'm sure you've all been struggling for stuff to do. That's why we came up with this something to solve the very problem. Take a look at this. Point program. Is it if we get enough points we get a free coffee? This progress point card. Yes, right. That one. That's the one. You already forgotten the name of your own idea. Don't worry, it's simple enough that even Turkenhead like him can use it. If you report to Tallow every time you contribute to the colony and help someone or do whatever like that, he'll give you a point and sticker to every contribution you make. And what happens if we get lots of them? Then you'll become the lieutenant. Really? Pardon me? What did you just say? Wait, Fiona didn't know about this either? This is the first I've heard of it. We figured that whoever contributed the most to the colony is the division qualified to be the lieutenant. I thought this could be the best, fairest way to pick a lieutenant and take some weight off Fiona's at the same time. I know you'd be worrying about stuff with me as your lieutenant, Fiona, and this is the least I could do. Oh, Tallow. But still, this is pretty sudden. No need to think too hard about it. You'll do fine. You're always helping everybody out around the colony anyway, I see. You'll be picking up sticks for it and at the same time now. Stickers, huh? Stickers. We'll stick to the card you got there. I bet it would look cute covered in stickers. Yeah, we designed it that way, doesn't it? It motivate you to cute it this up a bit? Yeah, it sure does. There's actually stickers in this world. That's our shoe. You know us so well. It's just like him to do his research, resourceful as ever. Let's try it, Aya. It sounds like it could be fun. Besides, it doesn't seem like it'd be much different to what you do already. Also, I stayed up all night making those cards, so if you don't use them, I'll be proper sad. Well, if you all insist, I've got high hopes for you all, Ayasa. Is that a challenge? Come on now, play nice. Shoot, did you mind if I have a card too? Huh? But you're I want to take part as well. You know, you and Tallow worked so hard to come up with this idea after all. Alright, of course. Here you go. I'm sorry for not telling you beforehand. Tallow was worried about getting you too involved in it, since the idea was to ease your workload. It's okay, I understand. You watch, I'm gonna get a bunch of stickers. Well, this has sure gotten interesting. Sorry, I didn't really know what came over me. Don't even worry about it. Collecting stickers sounds like a lot of fun to me. I'm gonna kick all your asses at this. I think this point was past Lance's head. So, we have to help you out around the colony and then report it to Tallow, if I recall. So, anyway, let's see if we can get 5 stickers or so. How about it? Mission accepted. I wonder if there's anything we can do to help nearby.
Stickers.
Stickers!
Stickity stickers.
Alright, be right back.
Just give me all them stickers, Nico. So, like Nico, that me, noticed something at the recent fish party. Raw food doesn't last very long. It all has been eaten on the spot, and that even if the whole net load of them to munch your way through. You're right, we really have to find some other food stuff. Have you thought about stockpiling a bunch of preserved food? I could tell you some simple things to make it if you want. You do that for us? Sun dry and preserving with salt. We'll have... Sorry about that, I kicked the table. We could probably do that. Nico, in other words, I can stay making the salt right away. Watch, then leave the ingredients. Now that I'm here, I may as well help with processing the ingredients. Yay, you're absolutely a lifesaver. Just make sure you bring anything tasty looking back to my place, okay? Okay. All's well, good.
What are we giving them?
Ah, okay. I just give them the stuff anyway. You've been such a massive help. Thank you so much. Preserving food's good and easy. Inside the storage. Nico hears you loud and clear. We still got ingredients cut up, dried, don't we? Do you mind me helping out a little more? No need. You've got to look after the others after all, Fifi. And besides, if there's anyone that can help me out with all this, it's all this food smoking stuff. It's be Hildy. I'll go ask her for help. Okay, I'll let you handle the rest then. You can count on Nico. I'll go ahead and report this to Talu. You remember what Nico is, right? Okay.
I hope this can be of some use to you.
What?
This is perfect. Thank you, Tyon.
Right,
Stickers. Got to get stickers.
Talk about laser focus.
Everybody wants them stickers. Ah yeah, something wrong? What? Why do you ask? It's just that I don't see you on your own that often. You're usually always with someone, at least. I mean, even I have times when I want to be alone, you know. You felt the same way before, haven't you? Like, for example, whenever you feel sad, what do you do, Fiona? One sec, there's something in my... Confide in someone, chat with a friend. I talk with a friend for a chat or change of pace. There's no point being all doom and gloom about everything on my own, after all. I think a good belly laugh with a friend can help clear your mind of gloomy feelings. I guess that's why you act like the tinkerhead sometimes. I do not. Oh yes, you do. For you, you're not a big tinkerhead as Tallow is. Anyway, you're right. It's important to laugh and often... I'm feeling much more refreshed now. Thank you for listening to me. All better now? Yep, I cannot feel better when I see you smile. And on that note, that 1 point for you. Congratulations. I will report to Tallow now. Are you sure? I don't feel like I really did anything though. Don't sweat it. I'll ultimately have sorted out my own feelings on my own, one way or another. Right then, that's enough moping for me. I'm ready to get back to my best. Alrighty then.
Looks like Ayasu's pepped up a bit. Yeah, I'm glad you talk it out.
Lotus.
I love the sea!
Hi! Oh, just who I wanted to see. So, like I found this thing that was just lying around on the beach. Any idea what it is? I mean, it's a doll, ain't it? Kind of looks like one of those ones Yoren used to make. A doll. Ah, they are like things you make too. To look like things that you like. If you like that kind of thing. How many times do you want to say like in this sentence, Lance? Really now? Then that means this was probably something really special to someone. Which also means it stands out to its owner if this doll goes back to them missing a shoe. You pick up on the beach, right? The thing's missing shoes must have washed up somewhere along there, I'd bet. Shall we go look for it then? You do that for me? Thank you. Well then, I'll clear this little fella up whilst I wait for you guys. Okay. Ah, there's also a ladder thing over there, so that would make an easier way for me to get down and up. I thought I'd give you snapping breaks and this all to slip. Perhaps you brain birds are the little less brain birded than you average Turkin. Huh? Nah. Kana. I hope we aren't interrupting your fun. Not at all, in fact. I think the real fun just about to get underway. Dodge! Why is my... I hope everything's been sounding fine. Phew! Worked up a good sweat there. So, did I... Except my sweet was cold. Sorry, I'll be more careful next time. And thank you for coming along. I'll go ahead and report our points to Talo. Tell him we put in quite the shift. He will do. Now then, I need to be getting back to point scoring. See you later, okay?
That was a close call. I'm so glad we got here in time.
What I think I'll do is we'll finish off this quest. And then actually, I've got nothing actually going on tomorrow, so we could continue the quests for the rest of the things we've got to do tomorrow, if you guys are interested.
Whoa, this is really good.
Plus, I think after I did this, I'm probably going to lay down. My head is killing me. I think it's all the reading.
This goes here, that goes there.
Bombs away!
And then here and...
Drop the ladder. Sweet. I'll just jump.
Hey,
Lan! Come on, Lan! Play with us, Lan! No? Okay. Ooh, what's this?
Hey, that's the thing for the stuff. Don't you go losing that.
If you say so. Hey, is that that pendant? Is it? It's my pendant. Oh, thanks, the flames for that. I've been looking for it for ages now. I had a feeling I'd see it somewhere before, so this is your pendant then, right? Yeah, I got it from Kana. She said it was a charm that calms down your emotions. Which is great for me because I get true tunnel vision any time I get in a panic. I can thank you enough, Fifi. I'll go report this to Talo. That's another point in the bag. To sort. I have to wonder whether my outdoor amusements are doing okay. Occasionally I'll hear scared wailings coming from them. They seem to be very on edge about something. Maybe something happened that put them on edge isn't enough to make you wonder, isn't it? I wouldn't know. I suppose the best thing to do now is go check up on them. You could just leave that to us. You got things you need to do right here. Here, right? You're right. Thank you. Then leave the armus to you. I'll send the location to your irises. Okay. All the way over there. There's even more. Let's go do this quest bit first. Miller. Hey, what's up? Aren't you busy collecting points? Even if I were, that's what the use. I'm not good at anything. I can't fight like Aionios. I can't cook like Lotus. I'm not even clever like Talo is. I know what a tough time everyone else is having, but when they're in trouble, I can never be any use to them. That's why I'd rather sit on this out and try not to be hardens to anyone. Is Halda a hindrance to anyone? Not at all. No, it's what makes her great. No, not at all. If anything, I'm a hindrance. I'm not strong, I'm not clever, I'm not even that tall. Please, how are you a hindrance? Since you're always doing everything, you can push me to do the same, you know? I could say the same thing for you. Seeing you wanting to help everyone out to give me the power to do the same, Hilden. That's nice of you to say, Fifi. I'd like to collect some point stickers with you. I'd hope that isn't too much of a bother. No, it isn't. Okay then, I guess I'll get busy with the sticker hunting. Thank you, Fifi. Let's go enjoy yourselves, okay? Together. Yeah. Alrighty then.
I hope we were able to cheer Hildy up.
Don't worry. I know a genuine smile when I see one.
You don't really care, you just want the stickers.
I'm glad we managed to deliver the pendant. Right? Things you get from friends are always special. Whoa, visitors!
Alright, let's kick their asses.
You didn't disappoint. Divine protection! Yes, feels just like it should.
Come on, land shock. Ah. Ooh, skill mastered. How actually are we doing on that end? 8, 5, 7, 9. Ooh, Tyon's nearly done with his, so we might move him. 7, 6. I want to at least get everyone to 10 on their respective stuff. Because I know at least some of them can go past it, but I want to get everyone at least 10. Before thinking about, alright, who can have go up to 20.
And we were just getting started.
Aww.
You itching to get wrecked?
Fight, fight, fight!
I'm the girl with the gall.
Damn right she is. Over here. Too sore. So, it was some monster that was putting my army on edge. Yeah, they were attacked in hordes in order to expand their feeding grounds. So that what it was. Well, I hope this means my darlings can relax now. Thank you for saving them for those horrible monsters. I'll go ahead and report this to Tallow.
Aw, Tussie's such a sweetie.
Aww.
Yep, Tussie always brightens up my day. Oh, that smells gorgeous. Shall we eat?
Alright, be right back.
You found it! Yeah! Thank you so much! Now, this little guy looks just like he should. I was hoping we could return it to its owner. Except I realised I don't even know if its owner is still alive. Guess I'll just have to take care of the doll in their place then. Oh yeah, I already went ahead and reported it to Tallow. I'm really piling on the pressure on the scoreboard now. Well, time for us to talk to him. Where do we stand? Not you. Looks like you did an exceptional job helping out. Here's a sticker just for you. Just don't forget to put it on your point what's her name card. You got 7. If you're happy with the amount of stickers you have, go on and show it your card to shoot. We got enough stickers now. I guess we should stick them on, you know? Oh, cause I stick one on as well. Guess I'll stick them on in this space here. I'd assume so. You do it like this, I think? Wait, how did this happen? Yeah, Tyon, why did you stick yours next to mine? Surely there were other places you could have stuck it on. Didn't have to crowd me. But this puts them in the correct order, see? Oh wait, we aren't just sticking them on wherever. Ugh. What didn't I do? Didn't I do now? I'll stick them, seems, on their way to. It's a certain... I like sticking them on this way too. It has a certain charm. I think so too. It's pretty cute. Not about how it looks, it's about following the right pattern in order to... Oh, relax already. As long as they're stuck on, right? I'll greet making memories together like this. Shu is charged of tailoring the results, right? let's report to him before we forget. Shoo! Excellent, good job. I'll get the overall score tallied up now. Can you please wait a little longer until everyone else has returned? Hey everyone, how many points did you get? I'm pretty confident in my score. So is Nico. That's me. I wonder who's the next lieutenant will end up being. Sorry to keep you waiting, folks. Let me get right to it then and read out the results. The winner is Aionios with the grand total of 999 points. What? 999? How the spark did you get that many? Well, Aya, you're amazing. Hold on, this can't be right, can it? And for our joint winner, we have a Himdel who also with 999. No way! Hildy, how did you get many too? Wait, what? I did? And for our next joint winner, we also have Cantana who scored 999 points as well. I think I can't tell where this is I can tell where this is going. I'm not done. For our next joint winner, we have this has to be rigged, right? I must say I have some serious concerns about this tally result as perpented. I did say the idea was to give 1 point for every report, but it makes sense that you get 1 point for every monster you defeat, right? And if we did that, then there'd be only far to give out 1 point for every flower you watered in the garden. Are you serious? Tricky Tallow, you idiot! Oh, come on. We were counting on frantically. Thought at some point we'd get lost, so we just set all your points to 999. Well, they all worked so hard, so we had to make the points reflect that. After all, everyone did stuff they didn't want to do or that they weren't very good at. Anyway, this is getting old now. Let's skip ahead to the conclusion. As everyone's got 999 points, that means everyone will become lieutenants. Really? Are you messing with me? They can't be serious. So, we're all lieutenants now. Come on, it's all a bit of fun, right? So we still don't really have a lieutenant. We worked so hard to get those stickers too. It was a lot of fun though. I know, right? Whether it was fun or not, it's beside the point what we're supposed to do now. She makes a valid observation. Yeah, but I get what Tallow was going for. Let's not be too hard on the lad, yeah? See, Lance understood. If he always makes judgments based on his emotions, they will always be wrong, yes? Now I see peas in a pod with you two. Huh? What did we start talking about vegetables? Oh dear. Knock it off, you guys. Hey, everyone, listen. She has some words to say. Thank you for everything. You've done it. Makes me really happy. Really happy. You've all supported me and lent me your strength. But now I think I've got to spoiled by that treatment, and that's why I was no good. What do you mean? I'm going to try harder to be a good leader to you all, even without a lieutenant. What are you talking about? You've already been working plenty hard. If I really have, then why is everyone feeling so disconnected? Well, that's not your fault, Fifi. No, it is. You were taking it easy on me, and it's caused you no end of anxiety. This colony does not need a lieutenant. It just needs me to get a grip of myself. I understand how you feel, Fifi, but are you sure you're ready? I'm sure. I need to make a change. So, do you mind looking out for me a little more while I figure things out? Of course, if that's what you decided. We'll support you even more than before. We won't let you do this alone. Me too. You know I do anything for you, Fifi, Fifa, Fiona. Thank you, everyone. Well then, this is the plan. If I just keep doing my best, it'll be okay. Ooh. Oh yeah.
Alright, be right back.
Alright.
I hope everyone's getting along.
Are you all good? Good. Alright.
Oh, that smells gorgeous.
I think, yeah. Plan is we'll continue doing side quests tomorrow, then hopefully next week we can actually get back to the main story. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I need a break because my head is hurting with all this reading. Alright, I'll see you guys then. Bye.